All right, we have a big update on a story that we covered 2 weeks ago at this point. The Trump indictment, the federal indictment, the audio leaked, the audio that was alluded to that we mentioned previously within the indictment of him basically admitting to committing the crimes that he is accused of. It leaked, it got out there, and it really doesn't say anything new per se, but I think just hearing just how clear and obvious this is, from Donald Trump's own voice is going to play a bit of an impact in, how people perceive this case. Desmond, I believe you have the audio ready for us, right?
I do, yeah. So CNN had said previously that they had the leaked audio. When they first said they announced it, they just read off a transcript. They didn't actually show it to their audience. But, since that happened, they have in fact released the full video. So we're going to show that clip right now.
These are bad, sick people.
That was your coup, against you.
Well, it started right at the
like when
beginning.
Millie's talking about, oh, you were going to try to do a coup. No, they were trying to do that before you even were sworn in. That's right, trying to overthrow your election.
Well, with Millie, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look. This was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him. Wow. We looked at some. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. It's pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see here.
Yeah.
I just found, isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, Except it is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. Look at this. You attack, and
Hillary would print that out all the time,
she sent it to Anthony Weiner,
Yeah.
the pervert. By the way, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it. And, he said, he wanted to attack Iran and what? He's in the papers. This was done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably, right?
I don't know, we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to
Declassify.
figure out
See, as president, I could have declassified.
Yeah.
Now I can't, but this is
Yeah,
classified.
now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
This is so cool. I mean, it's so, we heard, and you probably almost didn't believe me, but now you believe me.
No, I believe
It's
you.
incredible, right?
No,
Hey, bring some
never
coach in.
I think it's crazy. Like, think back to Watergate, think back to Deep Throat, like how serious those journalists were, because they were like uncovering incriminating evidence against the president of the United States. They play that clip and they immediately start laughing because it's just so fucking funny how stupid he is. It's incredible that he's just like, hey guys, I'm doing crimes. Look, crimes. Here, I'll show you. Here's some crimes. It's just like, how dumb do you have to be? Just hearing it is so visceral. And like I saw like tweets. The conservatives have even stopped like defending, like because they have no defense. Like I saw a tweet from like Crowder, and he was just like, oh, the audio is nothing new. They're just trying to distract you from something. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, no, it seems like pretty obvious to me that a former president of the United States admitting to doing crimes on tape is a newsworthy event. The fact that you're trying to mitigate this to just like, oh, this doesn't even matter. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, it does. Like, as much as it is silly and absurd and hilarious, and we can all laugh at it, it's a serious fucking crime that he has these, and he's just showing them to people with no regard for who these people are. Like, it's insane.
Oh, no, I was just going to bring up that line where the staff member says, Hillary would print that out all the time. Like the level
as they're looking
of,
at
like,
printed out papers.
Yeah, like the level of like oppressed hypocrisy or like suppressed. They're just, it baffles my mind that they could be even like bringing up that example in this instance when like this the severity of that example versus what he has done. There's no comparison, the degrees to which they have broken the law, and like fucking, and he can bring it up as someone can bring it up as an example who can acknowledge it and continue on lying about and saying that this is supposed to be classified and I could have declassified it, but I didn't. Too bad. Yeah, now we've got a problem. Jesus.
I legitimately have to say that there's one of two possible scenarios. Either A, everything we know about like spies from movies is wrong, and they are all terrible at their fucking jobs, because clearly anyone can walk up to the former president of the United States and get classified information without him even worrying about it. Or B, everyone knows all of our national secrets because Trump told them, because they said,
here, look at these papers.
Some random guy in Mar-a-Lago walked up to Donald Trump. They're like, yo, do you have those classified documents? And he's like, no. And then the guy's like, I bet you won't show them to me. Yeah, coward, you won't do it. And he's like, oh, well, I'll show you. like that's all it would take. That's all it would take for a spy to like totally. get our classified. It's insane.
Oh, God.
I think the story.
I was just gonna say, like, can't they? Sorry, go on, Desmond.
Go ahead.
I don't even remember what I was going to say now. Go on.
The brazen kind of just nature of Trump, right? Like I'm surprised he hasn't just come out and just says like, yeah, I did it. What are you going to do about it? Because that's it feels like who he is as a person. You have a bunch of classified documents and you're just showing them to your staffers. You're openly admitting that they're classified. You're openly admitting that you haven't declassified them. You're treating it like it's no big deal. It amazes me, and again, this kind of ties into our Hunter Biden story this week. It amazes me how blatant corruption can be right in our face, and we've all kind of just gotten a little numb to it. Especially thinking about the Supreme Court, thinking about what happens in Congress. It just it's going to be interesting to see what happens next, because I think for the first time we're finally seeing investigations. I think at the scale that we are right now, with Trump being indicted, and there's 2 more indictments that claim to be on the way. One related to January 6th, and the one in Fulton County talking about the fake elector scheme in Georgia. So there's still 2 more possible indictments coming down to him. So there's going to be more information about this coming in the future. And as it comes, we will be talking about it more here on the show. I just think that it's funny, and more of an indictment on our country, that we have a system set up to where even if Donald Trump does get convicted and goes to jail, that he can continue to run for president. Not only that, but that he will be surrounded by people in jail who can't vote because they're in jail. But he'll be able to debate Joe Biden, run for president, and actually legally could run the country from prison.
Oh, God.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, my God. That's such a good point, though, about the folks in prison who aren't going to be able to vote, and then this person potentially being our next president again. Like, wow. What a world.